Okay, I found another way that I'm going to try just to do this real quick this morning. We'll see if this works. I'm going to do again another Lenormand type of a reading using the tarot cards. And the thing I'm looking at is the subpoenas, that Trump does not want these people to testify, that they're just, well, we'll see as we get into it but with the subpoenas. Anyway, so let me turn this around. Sorry about that. Don't want to make you, get this out of the way. Get this up as close as I can. And I think that's everything. Okay, so let's see how this works. Anyway, this is representing the subpoenas, the government, and they are putting out the subpoenas. So what we have anchoring this is, this is Trump and his illegal things that he's saying. This is Trump. But anchoring it, he thinks they'll be out in the cold with moving this forward if he can get them to, turn their back on testifying. Because here's a subpoena. We have him turning this way away from the subpoena. We have him turning away from the subpoena, So we have the subpoena, and he's thinking, well, if they're not telling the truth because this sort is out of the picture, and we get them turning their back on it and they're not getting the truth, it'll go away. Well, that's Trump's thinking. But let's look at this. Is this going to go away? Okay. The foundation is he's telling the people here, and I think this is the ones that could be the ones also that are up for re-election, and him and everybody that's kind of involved in this, in their positions of power. They're going to be out of luck when it comes to justice. If we just stand our ground when it comes to this opportunity of moving these things forward, we're not going to give them that, okay? Because in the center, here's the subpoena, okay? In the subpoena, we have, I think this is up here, like Bar the Sympathizers or Jay Sekulow, that are saying, hold tight. Okay, you guys are in power. You don't need to do this. On the other hand, we have Trump and his quid pro quo, the dark money deals, the things he's been doing. They're wanting to get the information on it. So the subpoena is looking for the opportunity to talk to those that were involved, that know something about this, okay? Because the subpoena is looking for the story. They want to hear the story and get justice, okay? So these things are all lining up. They want the opportunity to question these people, to hear the story, to get justice. But surrounding it, we have Sekulow or Barr, the sympathizers with Trump and his cronies, okay, that are trying to stop that, okay? So again, in the center of it, we have the subpoenas, and then we have, this is Trump saying, just hold steady. We're going to celebrate in the end when it comes to the subpoenas and all of the things they want to look into. So we go above that and see what's above it. If you guys turn your back and you're not giving it to them. Okay? Because Barr is saying, telling your story, no, just turn your back. Don't honor the subpoena. Keep telling him it's illegal. Okay? And we're not going to give it to them. Okay? Because again, when it comes to the dark money deals, we're going to hold our position and we're not going to, honor that. So Bar is saying, this will move it forward, and there's nowhere they can go with it. So that brings us back to they'll be out in the cold if you just kind of walk away and ignore it. But that's not going to work, because he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't when it comes to the subpoenas and the government and looking into this and getting the keys of the situation here, because we see the outcome of it is shedding light on the truth of his action. This is our wish-fulfilling card, or the merchant, okay? The smug, and he is the smug one that thinks that he's going to get away with it. But we see that we have the Fool over here, which could be, the beginning or the end of a situation, or just being the Fool. I think this is going to shed light on it. And the truth of the action is, he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. Because what we have over here, the clarification of this when it comes to the chariot moving forward to the truth of what's going on, we have the Tower moment, revisiting the past, looking at these things that are coming up, that he doesn't want presented, and them trying to juggle it. So in other words, when they try to obstruct this, they get him on obstruction, okay? On obstruction, or the emoluments things. So either way, he's dead in the water. He thinks that he can take this and get away with it. He thinks he can get away with it by telling him, well, you just walk away. The subpoena's coming. Turn your back on it. You don't need to. No, don't look at the subpoena. You don't see that, okay? If they can't get anything from you, I'm good. Okay? Because he thinks it's going to be like the Mueller report. Okay? That Barr's going to be able to swing it some way. But that's not happening. So he's dead in the water either way that he goes, okay? He is dead in the water because, again, we have, with the chariot moving forward, it's moving forward one way or another. If you ignore, like we had the energy going this way, no, Now, if we had them turn the opposite, then it would be a different reading, because they would be looking at the subpoena. This one, no, they got their back turned to it. We're not looking at it. Because Trump is telling us, and we're being advised, that we'll all be out in the cold if we do this, because they'll be maybe looking at us as well. And we want our re-election, and so we got to be supportive of Trump. Okay? So he's telling them, don't be a dirty rat, don't rat. He's kind of, again, thinks he's this mob boss. So he's going to tell him, don't be a rat. Okay, don't rat me out, because you rat yourself out if you do that. I'll make sure you don't get elected, So your only option is to ignore the subpoenas, and maybe it'll go away. Okay. But no, going forward, we have it that sword is the beginning of the end. It's a Tower moment. They're looking at all this past of the obstruction, okay? That these things that he's been handing them, or not handing them, as the case may be, that he's been trying to juggle. So again, he's caught no matter which way he goes. Either they get him on the emoluments things, and all these other illegal things he's been doing in the White House, or they get him on the fact that he's totally obstructing justice. Now, I think that a lot of his, the cronies up there that are just turning their back on the subpoena are thinking, well, if we turn our back on the subpoena, okay, we're okay. We'll get through this. We didn't rat him out. Maybe our constituents will still vote for us. Because we held the party line, okay? These most rabid ones. Yeah. So, yeah, this again had to do with the subpoenas that they are turning their back on. And I love that reading. It just showed them, yeah, we've turned our back on it. You're not, we're just going to ignore it. We're going to ignore it for as long as we can, because they're trying to save their own butts in this. So anyway, that's what I got from that reading this morning. It's kind of interesting, the breakdown of this, the way this works. Now, yesterday I did do a Lenormand type, and then I did the regular type, the other style that I was doing, and it came out to basically the same information, okay? In essence, the same thing. Although I think the Lenormand sometimes has a little bit more background stuff going on with it than does the other style that I do. So anyway, I'll be switching it up. I like doing both. I like the running readings. I like this one. This is interesting as well. So I like all three styles, the regular tarot one that I usually do, or the running reading, or this Lenormand type style. I switch it up. You know how I am. I'll do one type of reading for a while, and then I'll switch it up and do the other style of reading for a while. So anyway, really nice comment this morning from Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under. You know, we are going to do something together one of these days soon. She was saying maybe when she gets back from her traveling. But, you know, this may be on hold a little while because she may be getting back and I'm on my way. You know, I don't know if I'll be able to do the reads while I'm on the road, because usually I don't get a real good connection. So it might take until I'm actually in a new place, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. If I'm in a place where I have a real good connection, maybe I can still do it from the van. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Oh no. I'm just, you know, in the midst of just trying to get all this together and get on my way so I can find a place before it gets too cold. So we'll see what happens. There's my kitty dog back there, my puppy cat. All you can see is his kerchief that they put on him when he went to get groomed yesterday. Anyway, so I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great morning. Aho.